we are going to be taking a look at the websites of CRED, one of the most beautifully designed products in India. In terms of revenue, I don't know what they're doing. In terms of losses, they're piling it up. But Kunal Shah I'll call him a visionary, and he sold his previous company for, I think, $200-300 million free charge, and is now creating a product for the top 1% of India. In terms of just the product, it looks stellar. So we'll be taking a deep dive into that. Gurjinder, I would love your first reactions. It'll be fun for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see it. Apparently, Brad has told me that this is one of the best designed startup brands within India.
Yes.
And so that is a big achievement. Let's see if they live up to it. I was comparing it to sort of Linear, which became kind of the gold standard for product and UI design and kind of just branding in tech. So much so that people started copying them. And we've seen that happen also a little bit with Vercel. And I think that's something we reviewed a few weeks back too.
We have.
Okay.
But this one will be even more fun. But I hope I'm not hyping it too much. Here we are on the homepage. First reaction.
Interesting. Wow. Is this Tesla?
This is something, right?
This is a experiential brand, definitely.
Completely. Okay, just with this as well. Manage, maintain, obsess, all in one, know the vitals, and that vehicle spends. It's almost like a video, like a scrolling video. Stay in the fast lane, reach fast ad. All features, all benefits being talked about. Here goes another music video type of a thing.
Very cool.
Super. Yes. That marks the homepage of CRED Garage. How do you like it?
I don't really understand what the product is about. Right. That's where I'm having trouble. Like, it's beautiful. It's a really cool experience. It looks like a video game. But I don't know what the product is about. Like, I'm seeing car, and then I'm hearing the word spend, and then at the bottom in the footer, there's like something about credit. I'm just not sure what the product is. That's my issue as a first-time viewer. Unless you were here, Brad, I would have a hard time.
Let's now take a look, because in simple words, it's managing all your insurances, all your FASTags, all those things for your car.
Okay.
For example, tracking vehicle spends. So we'll just go slow and see what they are talking about. Monitor fuel maintenance, FASTags, ledger for your vehicle. View traffic challans. Challans is tickets. So receive reminders to pay them on time. Get rewarded when you drive on the safe side of the law. Okay. Interesting. The point with an app like this, with CRED, their entire positioning is to reward you for behavior that pertains to you being to the top 1% of any society. That's kind of their position. That, let's say, in this case, if you're a driver, if you're driving a car, in anywhere around the world, if you're abiding by law, that's a good thing. That brings you up in the top 1% anyways. And so they're like, okay, we'll reward you something for that. Stay in the fast lane, recharge FASTag, again, simple. So the reason they do this is because they have a lot of funding money. And with this, they can get the top 1% of the country who are just law-abiding, trustful with credit, and generally, like, they're purchasing more as well. High consumers. And it's these people, by the way, who contribute to majority of the purchases on quick commerce platforms, food delivery platforms, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, all of those. And so they're basically just doing intricate targeting, consumer targeting really intricately with this. And they can because they have a lot of money to, just burn.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks
like a website like this might not work on many laptops. A lot.
Yeah. Yeah. This reminds me of like the Flash Player days when you used to try on, and then it's like Flash Player is not supported on your browser, on your computer. Glove box.
I love this part. It's almost like a video game loading. So home for your documents, glove box, the RCPUC, all of those, you can just have it digitally with it.
Wow. Okay. Vehicle registration, driver's license.
Everything.
Wow. That's
digital
cool.
glove box. That's cool.
Okay.
Then there's a concierge, expert attention for the chosen few. Select members get exclusive access to a car maintenance helpline, dedicated insurance claim policy support. Yeah, they're making an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Insurance again. Exclusive perks, unlocked handpicked policies, as I told you, right? So now earn member privileges. Once they can make this community of elite people, elite financially, of course, then they can just boost their revenue. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's kind of the plan.
In India and within the market that this plays in, what is the requirement of top 1%? Are we looking at income and salaries top 1%? And what is maybe the ballpark number of that?
Ballpark number of top 1%. Interesting.
400,000 plus in annual income, I think. that is 1% for the United States, and that's how you get into that club.
Okay, to be in the 1% richest people in India, an individual needs to have a net worth of at least $175,000, which is 1.4 crores. A report from Global Real Estate, Knight Frank. But I don't think so. I don't think you need 1.4 crores. I think that was pretty right. 53 lakhs, 80-ish thousand dollars. I think that's more accurate. When I say top 1% India, it's not specifically the top 1%. What I mean is, it's like the top consumers on Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, and the food delivery platforms like Zomato, Swiggy, and the quick commerce ones like Zepto, Dunzo. They are all the same bracket of people. It's the same max to max. I think Nikhil Kamath talked about it. It's a few millions, I think, some 10, 15 million, I think. They account for 80% of revenues of all these startups. And so it's these people that you're targeting to. Let's say someone earns 20 LPA, 20 lakhs per annum, and they spend like someone who earns 50 LPA. They can be part of CRED mentally. So it's more so a mental segmentation of, if you feel like you're top 1% of India, come in. Why not?
Yeah. It's an invitational club. Right. There's a sense of probably social status that goes with being a part of, right?
Extremely. It's a status-oriented society anyway. Low trust, status-oriented.
Yeah.
And so it's very important.
It feels and sounds like a utopian app.
In a way.
Something you would have in a utopian city where everyone is law-abiding, everyone is, spending and contributing a lot to the overall GDP. So it's such an interesting perspective, and I wonder if there's something like that is an alternative over here in the United States, in Canada, and North America in general, and even in Europe. I wonder. But yeah, I think overall, looking at the brand, looking at the website experience, it's very experiential, and it's something unexpected.
And this is the garage, by the way. We have a CRED money to take a look at as well.
Okay, let's go.
CRED money. Transferring control over to you. There's the home page. And yeah, that's like a fake note. Does it sound here as well?
Why does it look very much like the US dollar, though?
Why not? So now, kind of simple. Take a good look at your money. Now your money can serve its ultimate purpose, your happiness. So just with this, you can figure out that they're positioning the elites, because I'm pretty sure you are not telling this to someone earning 5 LP. Yeah. You're just not. You're positioning the way you're messaging your product will be very different to someone who's just getting by. Not even getting by. To someone who's even earning 10, 20, they're maybe thinking of a house. So this will be more, how do you explain it? More towards utilities, in a way. Living life, all of those, maybe vacations to a bit. But happiness, if you're targeting that high in the Maslow's pyramid, it's an elite brand. It's a brand for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll see a lot of crypticness as well, which is the big picture view is now yours. What does it mean? Tool designed to put you in control. So you're right. It's that utopian sense that they don't want to explain a lot. It's on you to now figure it out. Okay. Now you see this.
Right.
Yeah. That's the graphics that I was talking about. Isn't that beautiful?
Incredible. Very cool.
All in one place. Multiple banks, single view. They have lots of perks and like credit card points, lots of things. It's a multifaceted app.
I think that the branding is pretty well connected, to be honest. And you're reminding me a lot of the new Robinhood because of this, and how Robinhood is trying to do something similar, where they're going after more mature investors and trying to sound and feel like a more mature investment app. But I think CRED is doing that a little bit better here. Just looking at the way this background works, looking at kind of the illustration style. They're not trying to use real life photography in here for no reason.
Right.
They're sort of inspired from the pattern that you see on money, and I'm getting a lot of that very high quality, very high end feel. That's what I'm getting.
Interesting. Right. The Robinhood thing makes sense. We had reviewed this. The video is out already, so check it out.
Yeah.
Interesting. All these are kind of as if we're deep diving into ocean. So we had a turtle back there. This is fishes. And what I love is they're not going for just bland hue of blue or something. That was orange. It's purple now. So that's great. Okay, I talk about blue. We have blue now. Nothing gets missed. Receive key updates.
The color is library is expansive. That's what we want to see. It's a very Collins thing to do.
Totally. When I saw the website first, I was like, this is new, especially for us. It's completely new. We don't have anything competing with this. And that's partly because of the vision of Kunal. He has a vision. Maybe there's something there, because I think it's this idea of just being able to just intricately cater to a target audience and then thinking later of what services you want to provide, it's not a common idea. It's not a common advice either. But this is interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there's a great value in knowing what your target niche audience is since the beginning. And they're taking a very, very directive approach and essentially telling you, excuse me, essentially telling you this part of the economy and this part of, the audience is not allowed in this club. And this is completely exclusive to this one part. And just by doing that, right, I think they have much more potential of getting the right amount of retentive customers in, right?
Right.
And any startup success, especially in the early days, is all about how many clients can you retain. So if they're doing more of that and they have a clear plan and vision forward, I think they could be very successful. And I think that's a good marker of that success.
Even as we were speaking, right, appealing to the to the more financially, especially discretionary income, people with more discretionary income. You see, even with this graphic, like the brands that they'll show, CureFit, Baskin Robbins, Spotify, Book My Show. Even with this, like 805 rupees on ice cream, it's someone elite.
Yeah.
It's not a normal person spending 805 rupees on ice cream. So, yes, everywhere you will see that callback again. Unless it's your listening. Your data doesn't speak unless it's your listening. Super simple. Didn't have to do this. It's a day and night situation. Here's the moon.
Yeah. Very
There's
cool.
the lighthouse with the light. So details. And I love this. I love when brands think about details, prioritize it. We get to the technical things. Oh no, we have another one. Unlocking access to money. Some privileges take time. Check for access. And we end.
There's a little bit of emptiness, some kind of emptiness about sort of some of the layouts here. It's interesting. It's really interesting taking a look at Indian startups versus kind of more Western startups, European or American influenced. Very interesting. Good design standards that I think have been very popular here is now being kind of implemented and has bled into Indian startups. And I think it's brought in a lot of great polish to CRED, which I really appreciate, and I appreciate them hitting at a core concept. Like the garage version was very different. It was dark, it was mysterious, it was kind of video game-esque. And then this money side plays into the beauty of the intricacy of a dollar and the very patterns that have become so popular and that you associate with that, those intricate kind of seamless patterns. And so it feels like they have a core concept that they're going after. Now, if I see anything of that nature, of that aesthetic, I'm going to know it's CRED from far away. Right. So they're able to capture something unique about them, which I think is a very valuable thing, especially into this world where there's so much noise and people have tried pretty much everything. But still, startups like these come out with something new and a different, fresh look. And that is extremely valuable. So kudos to them for that.
That's what the head of product was talking about as well. That why not just take the challenge? You're thinking we can't have those animations on a website. Why? Just go for it. Just try it. Just see if it works. Don't reject ideas at first. Especially if you're thinking that you can delight a consumer with it, you have to try once at least. That's the leap that they have taken. Would you say it has checked the parameters for being one of the most beautifully designed ones?
Yes, definitely. There were some areas where my hawkish eye said, I would love if there's a little more consistency with the font structure, with the use of like whether all capital, whether all lowercase, maybe the spacing, just overall polish, a lot of negative space that just feels empty instead of feeling like it's well put together and filled in. Some things like that, but overall, very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Amazing. With that, we end it. Hope you guys had fun looking at the website and learned a few things as well. All right, we'll let you go. Bye-bye. And check out the Robinhood branding if you're interested in knowing what we were talking about.
Take a look.